This is the second video in a mini-series exploring business research and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. This video will give a brief overview of how business and management research can be connected to the Sustainable Development Goals and discuss some of the more common goals which business research is linked to. It was suggested by Davis in 2018 that an important purpose of business and management is to serve human needs, and part of management's purpose today is the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. However, Barone et al. In 2023 highlighted that organisations face challenges in incorporating and integrating SDGs into their strategic agendas. And this offers business researchers the opportunity to act as a link between business and the SDGs through their own research. Business research can potentially address any of the 17 SDGs, so it's worth familiarising yourself with all of these. I'm not going to cover all of the 17 SDGs in this video, as I know there's already some amazing resources out there which provide detailed explanations of the full range of SDGs. Probably not surprisingly, existing research by Barone et al. In 2023 found that most management and business research which relates to SDGs is focused on Goal 9, which is industry, innovation and infrastructure. From my own personal experience, when it comes to business research, there are two SDGs which is most commonly linked to, including Goal 9, and a further 5 SDGs which business research is less commonly linked to. The two SDGs which I have most commonly seen business research linked to, as I mentioned already, is Goal 9 and also Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. But less commonly, I have seen business research linked to Goal 3, good health and well-being, Goal 4, quality education, Goal 5, gender equality, Goal 12, ensuring sustainable consumption and production patterns, and finally Goal 16, peace, justice and strong institutions. I'm going to briefly run through the 7 SDGs that I've just mentioned, which from my experience business research often links with and contributes and informs. This discussion provides a quick overview of my thoughts as a starting point, rather than a detailed analysis of each of these SDGs. And please remember, specific research can potentially address any of the SDGs. So to start with, Goal 9, industry, innovation and infrastructure. The SDG, which has been highlighted in the literature as most regularly being informed by business research. This goal seeks to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialisation and foster innovation. And this involves enhancing research, upgrading technological capabilities of industrial sectors, and promoting and developing industry sustainably. Therefore, numerous types of business research could potentially address this SDG. Ones that immediately come to mind are obviously research around innovation, because this is directly mentioned within this SDG, but also potentially entrepreneurship and research looking at processes and infrastructure, such as digitalisation and potentially artificial intelligence, Also, research looking at manufacturing and manufacturing systems could address and contribute to this SDG. Research into research and development, capacity and capabilities, and even potentially family business and how these can be run sustainably and be transferred to the next generation could all potentially fit within SDG 9. The other common SDG which business research links with and contributes to is Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. Goal 8 is all about promoting inclusive and sustainable economic growth, employment and decent work for all. This goal seeks to increase employment opportunities and reduce informal employment and labour market inequality. The goal also seeks to promote safe and secure working environments and support sustainable economic growth. Research which could potentially fit with this SDG could focus on workplace management, including employee support and development, potentially leading to career progression. Also HR systems and processes. And this goal could go hand in hand with developing effective employees which are going to be more capable of producing economic growth and trying to further people's abilities and to provide decent work and opportunities for them. Goal 3 is good health and well-being. This SDG is focused on improving people's health and access to healthcare and reducing inequalities in healthcare. Some specific business research focusing on health and well-being in the workplace might link to this SDG. For example, research exploring mental health and support programs. I have previously examined a thesis which explored the impact of access to fruit and exercise in the workplace on employee well-being. And there is increasing focus on the impact of entrepreneurship on health and well-being of entrepreneurs. So these types of research could potentially fit well with Goal 3. This SDG likely differs from SDG 8 as it's more focused on the health and well-being of individuals rather than the work environment. Goal 4 is quality education. This SDG is focused on developing and improving the quality of education. So it might be relevant to some business research. Indeed, some of my own entrepreneurship education research is focused on developing entrepreneurial skills in vocational settings and falls under this category and goal. So business research focusing on developing training, education and embracing digital technologies and skills could potentially link with this SDG. Goal 5 is focused on gender equality, and this SDG seeks to reduce and overcome gender inequality, which stagnates social progress. As we are aware, gender inequality exists within organisations and industries in different ways, such as wage and promotion inequality and non-supportive and detrimental policies. Therefore, business research exploring these areas and identifying mechanisms of supporting gender equality could link with SDG 5. Goal 12, ensuring sustainable consumption and production patterns. This is important for protecting the environment and the world for future generations. Marketing research which explores purchase intentions and consumption habits could potentially align with this SDG. Similarly, some operations, project management and production research could also potentially link with this SDG. Goal 16. Peace, justice and strong institutions. This goal is about promoting peaceful and inclusive societies and building effective, accountable and inclusive institutions. This is an SDG which I have not seen linked to too much business research in my personal area, but Barone et al. Highlight it is a relatively common SDG addressed by management and business research which is interested in institutions themselves. To conclude, the often practical nature of business research, which is regularly focused on addressing a practical problem or challenge, means that it can frequently be linked to specific SDGs. Business research can potentially be linked to any of the SDGs, depending on its specific focus and context. Although in this video I've discussed 7 SDGs, which from my personal experience, business research is commonly related to. These include Goal 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure, Goal 8, Decent Work and Economic Growth, and to a lesser degree, Goal 3, Good Health and Wellbeing, Goal 4, Quality Education, Goal 5, Gender Equality, Goal 12, Ensuring Sustainable Consumption and Production Patterns, and finally Goal 16, Peace, Justice and Strong Institutions. Finally, it's worth noting that there are often overlaps between the SDGs. For example, in a piece of research working with colleagues, I looked at support for female entrepreneurs in Oman. The implications of this covered Goal 8, Decent Work and Economic Growth, Goal 4, Quality Education, and Goal 5, Gender Equality. So it's possible that one piece of work could touch on and address multiple SDGs.